You're finally in Brazil talking to a local. You strike up a conversation, but after a few exchanges, the conversation dies. If this happens to you, today I'm going to show you the listen, react, and follow strategy that will help you keep conversations with Brazilians going naturally. Olá, pessoal! Write this down. The secret to keeping a conversation going isn't always knowing more words. It's knowing how to use what the other person just said. Check it out. Imagine you're having breakfast at a hotel and you ask someone if they are on vacation in Brazil. Você está de férias no Brasil?
Estou. Vou ficar 2 semanas.
Ah, he is. He'll stay here for 2 weeks. Most learners freeze here, but you have gold in your hands. So first, listen. He'll stay in Brazil for 2 weeks. Then react. Cool. Legal. Legal. Then follow. You could ask, for example, what cities he's going to visit. Que cidades você vai visitar? Que cidades você vai visitar? Or maybe you could ask if it's his first time in Brazil. É a sua primeira vez no Brasil? É a sua primeira vez no Brasil? So that's the strategy. Listen, react, follow, yeah? So listen to the answer, react naturally, and follow up on a piece of information. Let's look at 6 useful ways to do that. Our first phrase is very useful when someone mentions a past experience. So repeat. E como foi? E como foi? E como foi means, and how was it? E como foi? For example, you ask another traveler if they arrived today. Você chegou hoje?
Não, cheguei ontem.
Oh, she arrived yesterday, yeah? Now it's time to react and follow. Yesterday, how was the trip? Ontem, e como foi a viagem? Ontem, e como foi a viagem? You can use e como foi with many different experiences. For example, a tour.
Fomos ao Pão de Açúcar ontem.
Ah, que legal! E como foi? A class.
Fiz minha primeira aula de português ontem.
Sério? E como foi? A job interview.
Tive uma entrevista hoje.
Hoje? E como foi? So the phrase e como foi invites the person to tell you more about the experience. Now the next phrase is perfect for habits, states, or ongoing situations. So repeat after me. Há quanto tempo? Há quanto tempo? Há quanto tempo means how long. Imagine someone just told you they lived in Brazil.
Moro no Brasil.
So react. Legal. Há quanto tempo? Legal. Há quanto tempo? Another example.
Estudo português todos os dias.
Sério? Há quanto tempo? Yeah, so há quanto tempo is simple, natural, and invites the other person to share a little bit more. Now, if you want a person to elaborate on what they have just said, ask why? Por quê? Por quê? Let's say you are asking someone if they like Brazilian food. Você gosta da comida brasileira?
Gosto, mas não de feijoada.
Oh, she doesn't like feijoada. So instead of changing the subject, simply ask, no. Why? Não. Por quê? Não. Por quê? Or perhaps someone tells you,
Não gostei muito daquela praia.
oh, she didn't like that beach. Sério? Por quê? Sério? Por quê? So, por que invites the person to explain. Now, what if they are already telling you a story and you want to know what happened next? If someone is telling you a story and you want to know more about it, you can ask, and then? E daí? E daí? So, e daí invites them to keep telling you what happened. Imagine you ask someone about their trip. Like, how was your trip? Como foi a sua viagem?
Foi ótima, mas perdi meu voo de conexão.
It was great, but he missed his connection. Really? And then? Sério? E daí? Sério? E daí? Maybe the person says, oh, the airline tried to put me on another flight.
A companhia tentou me colocar em outro voo.
Ah, e daí? E daí? Yes, and now the story continues naturally. You're not searching for another topic. No, you're following the story. I need you to promise me something. From now on, in order to keep a conversation flowing, you'll replace did you like it, gostou with what did you think? O que você achou? Repeat. O que você achou? O que você achou gives the other person space to say more than just yes or no. By the way, in fast speech, o que você achou becomes que você achou? Repeat. Que você achou? Que você achou? For example, she went to the city market yesterday.
Fui ao mercado municipal ontem.
Ah, é? Que você achou? Ah, é? Que você achou? Or a Brazilian tells you they visited your country. Yeah. Já visitei seu país. Are you saying sério que você achou? Good. So you can use this phrase with places, food, movies, events, experiences.
Experimentei pão de queijo hoje.
Legal! O que você achou? Now, when something sounds unexpected or needs clarification, como assim is your go-to expression. Repeat. Como assim? Como assim? Depending on your tone, como assim can mean something like what do you mean? Or how so? Como assim? Often with a touch of friendly surprise, yeah? So imagine someone says,
Ontem meu dia foi um caos.
a chaos. Uau! Nossa, como assim? Nossa, como assim? Or in Brazil, where coffee is everywhere, someone says they never drink coffee. Like,
Eu quase nunca tomo café.
como assim? Como assim? Now, one important tip. Try to use reaction before your follow-up question. A reaction shows the other person that you are actually listening. Let's see some very useful ones. So, cool, legal, legal, legal. Another one. Wow, nossa, nossa. Really? Sério? Sério? So listen to the difference, reacting and not reacting.
Fui a Salvador no mês passado.
E como foi? Yeah, perfectly fine, but...
Fui a Salvador no mês passado.
Ah, que legal! E como foi? Yeah, this makes the conversation feel more natural. And if that made sense to you, hit the like button. Now let's practice. I'll say a sentence and you should choose the best follow-up response. Remember, in a real conversation, there isn't always only one good follow-up. Yeah? So let's see the first one. Não gostei muito deste hotel. Fui a Florianópolis no fim de semana. Now the last one is yours. Imagine I tell you, perdi meu passaporte durante a viagem. What would you say next? Write your answer in Portuguese in the comments. Remember the strategy? Listen, react, and follow. Now that you know how to keep a conversation going with Brazilian, let's talk about how to start one correctly. How do Brazilians actually greet each other in real life? Watch this next lesson and I'll see you there.